So this video is going to be kind of a catch-all miscellaneous item video, if you will. I went through and made a list of a few of the things that I kind of skipped over, and I just thought it needed at least addressing. It's not, it's a lot of things that you won't use a lot of. So first thing, wind. You can look at wind. So in Arborist, the wind is already set for all of the trees in Arborist. You can't change them. As of right now, that may be something that changes, but as of right now, they're all already set. So if we look at the wind on these trees, you see you've got a nice movement to them. Where this would be handy, and it's what made me think about it, is when we bring in a tree. So this is a tree I brought in from Unity. So you always want to check the wind on anything you bring in from Unity on exported items. If you've downloaded an item in a tree share, sometimes the wind settings aren't exactly right. So you always want to double check the wind on all of your trees. That all looks pretty good there. So we'll turn that back off. Let's see, vegetation settings. Where's that? Right there. Okay. Vegetation settings. I think I touched on this, but I just couldn't remember. So these are global settings for all of your vegetation. It is not something you want to mess with unless you know exactly what you're doing, because this really affects performance. So whatever you do, make sure you know what you're doing. Make a note of where it is, just in case. You can always go back and reset, but I don't always trust those kind of things. So I always make a note if I'm going to change something. And I'll tell you, I think, I'll be wrong. I think this is my 16th or 17th course or so in Arborist, and I don't think I've ever changed this. I don't believe I've touched this on any of them. Let's look at my list. Import. Okay. This used to be something you had to use a lot, and it was actually a whole separate tab, but import vegetation. Most of the stuff in Unity will automatically come in. If you've got some trees generated, sometimes you have to import those. So you can get your different, whatever you're looking to import, and the terrain that it's planted on, and whatever the tree generated is, and then import, and that will bring them in. Let's get out of that. Arborist settings. Let's see what arborist settings. There we go. Oh, okay. All right. So arborist settings would be if you want to change your mouse controls. Again, these are things that I just don't mess with much, but I wanted to touch on. Mouse settings you can find here. Bundle data. Okay. So this one I found out the hard way. You can click use beta bundles, and as things are updated, you can look at the beta bundle data. The problem with this is you cannot publish a course with beta bundles enabled. You can only publish a course that has the true vegetation bundle that GS Pro has. So be very careful with this one. You don't want to use that a lot. The only time I use this now is if Stingray is working on something and wants me to look at something. So that's definitely not something you're going to use much. Debugging, not something you're going to use much, but it's here. You can refresh all prefabs. It's going to basically get rid of any of the alterations you've done to them. Just not something you're really going to use. A couple others over here, the tooltip, sounds. I don't think I ever visit this page. Whatever settings. Okay, a couple of other little quick things. When you're looking, because this really freaked me out the first time I saw this, when you're scrolling around, don't get freaked out when you scroll around and look at water. Water does not update automatically as you move around. In GS Pro, it updates with each shot because it's real time. Well, in Arborist, if you want to update your water and see how the reflections look, you hit R and it will update the water. So that's just a little note there, so you know. If we look back over this way, hit R, you can see how it changes. That gets your reflections. And one other thing that I did not touch on that actually is helpful. Let's go back to Quick Plant. And when we're in Quick Plant, if we're trying to work on the height of something, let's get over here and select one of these that we quick planted. So Control, hit my little target. So this one's now selected. You can put show human height, and it brings a person out. And it's a good reference you can look at. So get down even with them. So this is, I believe it's a 6 foot, I believe it's right around 6 feet, human. And then you can see this is 28 meters tall tree. So anyway, it's just something that gives you a reference. Somebody had asked about referencing heights of trees and stuff, and this is a good way to do it. If you're trying to do your biomes, when you're editing your biomes and working on tree height, you need to quick plant an item and have it selected for the human to show up. So even if you're working on a biome or a biome mask, if you're wanting to get the human height, you need to do a quick plant item, have it selected, and then show human height. And that's got all of my extra little items. I'm going to do one more video in this series, just kind of tying everything together, and we will be finished up.